In Casa, obviously, I'd done what I'd done. Hold my hands up, it wasn't great. And they made it out that I was torn between the two when I never was. So it's just the narratives, man. Hi, I'm Will.
And I'm Umar, and we're playing Text on the Beach with Cosmo UK.
Subscribe for more.
I've got a text!
What made you want to go on Love Island? I hadn't really thought about going on Love Island, but I got approached when I was on a night out in Newcastle. I did sort of pie it off, but then a few weeks later when I was sat at work, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. So yeah, I applied, obviously hoping to find love, but I never thought I'd actually find someone as beautiful as Uma.
I mean, I always watched the show and was interested in going on, but I was messaged on Instagram about going on, and I was still unsure because it's such a big thing to do. I sort of left it, and then they called me, and then they asked me to fill out a form, and I was like, do you know what, what's meant for me will come to me, so I'm gonna leave it again. And then they're like, do you know what, scrap the form, just come in to see us. So it was meant to be. What surprised you the most about life in the villa? That's a good question. I would probably say like how stop and start everything is. You don't realise when you're watching it, it feels like, you know, just shows like the whole day being really smooth and stuff, but you know, there's times in the villa where you're not allowed to like speak to the boys, the girls and the boys can't speak. You have off days so that you're not filming on those days and you can relax, but you know, on those days you can't speak to the boys for the whole day and the whole night. We did anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, I think you've covered what I was going to say. I was going to say the separate times. Like, you probably only together for about 5 hours of the day altogether, really. Like,
yeah.
And then you've got to be separate at lunch, dinner, which is tough.
Probably a
do you
bit
know
longer
what I mean?
than 5 hours though, when you think about it. Because the nights would be...
Because when you really like someone, you just want to be with them, do you know what I mean? So it is tough. We try and sneak kisses in and that.
Yeah, they'd be like, no touching.
Yeah.
Uma and Will separate.
You get shouted at all the time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Who was the most difficult islander to live with? Everyone was sound, really. I'm just gonna say Harriet, just because she loved the drama, really. To be honest, I just quite like the chilled life. So, but no one was difficult, really. No one was exactly difficult, was it?
No, I love everyone. What were one of your favourite unseen moments? The girls and I were in the bedroom pretending to be the boys. Because I'm so bad at doing a Geordie accent. I don't know if they showed where Will and I were pretending to get married and I was like, I'm engaged to everyone. That was probably my favourite moments.
Some of my favourite unseen moments are just like the crack with the lads in the bedroom and stuff. Just the daft stuff that doesn't make the TV.
And there was one night actually where like I really couldn't sleep at all and I was being so annoying to Will, but obviously that wasn't shown.
And then it was bright outside and we were getting told off. Was there anything you were surprised wasn't aired? There's one that stands out a lot. So in Casa, obviously I'd done what I'd done. I hold my hands up, it wasn't great. But I called it off with Lucy fairly early. I had a long conversation with her telling her that she wasn't getting picked and that it was definitely going to be Uma. And then upon coming out of the show, I spoke to my mum and dad and they told me that that wasn't aired at all. And they made it out that I was torn between the two when I never was. So I had a long conversation with her telling her that, you know, my head and my heart is with Uma, and I was telling her, you know, you need to speak to all the boys in here because like she was a really nice girl and I didn't want her journey to sort of be cut short because she was putting everything into me. So I was telling her, you know, you need to go and speak to the other lads to have more of a chance of like having a longer journey in here, and none of it was aired. I even went around all the boys telling them that I was going to pick Uma and none of that was aired as well. So it's just the narratives, man. Crazy.
Uma, what do you say to viewers who think you forgave Will too quickly? I would say I completely understand why it would come across that way, but also I would say remember there is a lot that goes into the show that isn't seen. It is a TV show that is in like 45 minutes compared to us spending 24 hours of the day together. It's so different to the outside world because on the outside you'd be able to just like separate from someone and not have any contact with them, but when you're literally staying in a house with someone 24/7 and you have feelings for them, it's difficult to not look at them and smile. So, you know, there's my answer.
Will, is there anything you would change from your time in Casa Amor? Yeah, I would change it all and I wouldn't have done what I've done, totally. Do you have anything to say to Lucy now? Lucy was a really nice girl. All I will say is that I don't know why she's running with the fact that I didn't tell her, because I did. She knows it. That's why when we're doing the stick or twist or whatever you want to call it, she was so genuine and sound. Like she said, you know, we got along, but there wasn't anything there. She was so genuine. Then all of a sudden she changed up and started saying that she thought she was getting picked until the last minute, which she knew she wasn't getting picked. So that's all I've got to say about it.
Do you feel like you got a fair edit on the show? I haven't actually watched any of it back, apart from like just a few episodes. I think especially towards the end, they started to really get across, you know, what I was like what I'm about and stuff. I think at the start, it was coming across as if me and Mimi had an issue with each other. We absolutely never in that villa once had an issue with each other. She was my girl from the start. So I think that was a bit, I wouldn't say unfair, but it just wasn't accurate. I'm a girl's girl, and just, you know, like show like my funny side, which is nice.
So I honestly haven't watched it back, but from what I've heard, it wasn't great. Now I can kind of show my personality, and you can see how well me and Uma get on. But obviously everyone has to understand it is a TV show and there's certain like narratives I have to push, and there needs to be certain characters, villains, whatever. So I signed up for it, so I knew what I was getting myself in for, but I feel like now is a good opportunity for me to show who I actually am.
Do you think that Joey and Grace are over each other?
Go on.
I think that that what Joey's saying is a bit exaggerated. I don't think that Grace is upset about him and Jessie. I think she's really supportive. I don't think there was any weirdness at all for them becoming friends, and it had nothing to do with Joey. Obviously, they've known each other on the outside, and there was strong feelings there. I think from both parties. I don't think that they're completely over each other, because that's impossible to be, especially if you've been seeing each other in the villa and then suddenly you're just not. But I do think that Joey definitely still cares for Grace quite a lot, but I don't think it's as exaggerated as what Joey's saying at all. I think Grace would be happy to move on, but it's just difficult when you're around each other 24 hours a day.
If Joey wanted to have Grace, he could. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think that now.
Not
really
now,
don't.
because she'll prove, like, she wants to prove that that can't be the case. But
No, because of the stuff that he's been saying. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Joey could have anyone if you wanted to, do you know what I mean? Will, tell us about how you asked Uma to be your girlfriend. So, it was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good.
Right, so I organised some dinner at Inca in London. Had dinner with a bit of a show and stuff. Had a few drinks, and then like as we were eating, like I had some guy come and like collecting the key card off me, like, and I was holding it like that, and he was getting it.
I had no idea. I was literally none the wiser.
And then running up to our room and like had this company in, setting it all up and that. I think people might have seen it online. Yeah, I just wanted to do something really special for her, you know, because she deserves it all. So, and I wanted to show her that I'd like, that's the lengths I would go to just for making her my girlfriend. But yeah, it was special, like, wasn't it?
It was really funny because I think someone had asked as well. Yeah, that day I said to him,
we were just walking out for dinner, and you were
and I was like, oh, so have you thought about how you're gonna ask me to be your girlfriend yet? And obviously he had to hide it. So
I went, dunno, I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, all right.
But like, we were literally leaving the room, and someone was going in the room to set it all up. So I was just trying to play it cool, like. But
yeah, I had no idea. I was just sitting there, just being a girl. And then I came back, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No. What are your favourite things about each other? You first.
She's absolutely stunning. Everyone knows that. When you get to know her, she's like the most genuine, beautiful inside and out girl. She's so kind to me. She's done a lot for me on the show and outside as well. I'm just really enjoying my time with her. You know, I feel like we've totally got to know each other now. It's just about sort of spending time together, doing the normal things in life as much as we can. I love everything about her.
When Will first came in, I was very attracted to him, but for me, like, attraction comes with the way that someone acts and carries himself as well. I would say just everything about Will's personality I love. He's so mature and has got like a really positive way of looking at things, considering some situations. And I just think, you know, I just love how much he loves me and makes me feel like really special and really appreciated. And he's funny. He doesn't think that I'm weird, even though I am weird. Like, everything.
Who are you most likely to stay in touch with after the show? I've already been in touch with Ronnie, Omar, Hugo. I was with Blade last night as well. But just, you know, straight away, these are like people that I've shared the experience with. No one else understands what we've just been through, so we're all kind of in it together. Obviously, I'll be waiting for all the other boys as well to get out, like Joey, Sean, Ayo, Kieran. And then obviously first person I want to see is second I got out with, you know, so.
It's difficult because I literally love every single person in there, and I feel like I had such a good relationship with all the girls. But I think of the people that are still in there, it would definitely be Mimi, and Matilda. Don't you think I was so close to both of them?
So
like,
close.
honestly, it was insane.
It was like through the Casa thing, wasn't it? You were so close to Matilda, and then me and Sean were like thick as thieves.
Yeah,
as well, so.
because they were in it together.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but definitely, and Grace, I love Grace as well. I think because of all the drama in the show, they don't get to show as much of like the friendships that are built. Do you think Ayo and Mimi still have feelings for each other? I definitely think that you would have feelings for each other. It would be weird if you didn't have feelings for each other. They spent such a long time together. When Ayo did that in Casa Amor, he was thinking about what's in front of him and also wasn't cutting anything off with Mimi, so I don't think he just dropped his feelings. I think he was just distracted. I'm not saying it's not true.
Yeah,
his feelings
no,
are just
there's definitely still something there.
100%. And Mimi, like, of course she's still gonna have feelings for Ayo. It would be impossible not to have feelings for someone that you've been so close to for so long and you're like together every day and having chats, and you don't just fall out of the connection that you have.
Not at all.
Who do you think are the most compatible couples?
Ooh, it's probably an obvious one. Kieran and Nicole, they literally live 20 minutes away from each other. I think they'll definitely work on that outside.
Yeah, I think Sean and Matilda are really, really good together. I mean, when you're with them in person, they just sort of like bounce off each other and share same energy. Like they're both so funny and silly. Yeah, I think I would say those are the top two for sure. Those are who we would expect to win. Have you had any celebrities slide into your DMs? Well, I think I've had like, some past Islanders just say how well I did and stuff, which is so nice. And obviously I've been in contact with Edward Enninful, and he seems to just really love everything about me, and I love everything about him. He actually came to watch After Sun last night to meet me, and I'm excited because we're gonna, how do I word this? There's some exciting things in store.
I was chatting to Anthony Gordon last night, just before the Euros final as well, so he told me that he hadn't watched it, from what he'd heard I'd done really well, so yeah, I appreciated that. I also wished him luck for the game, but it didn't go as planned, but yeah, it's not the end of the world.
What are you most excited for now you're out of the villa? Obviously I'm excited about like the opportunities that have come with it, and I'm excited to do more work and stuff, which is really, really fun. More so just like spending time with Will and like, enjoying this whole crazy experience together. Because there's so much that goes on, and I don't think if I came out alone, I don't think I'd be able to handle it as well. So it's nice that we can experience it together and we like have each other's back,
Yeah, definitely. Especially for me, being up in Newcastle, there's not like much going on there, so like I've had to come down to London. If I was on my own, it would have been a bit like I don't even know where I'm going. Do you know what I mean? So I need Uma to sort of take care of us in that aspect. Just enjoying the little things that you don't get to do in the villa. Yeah.
Just like speaking without a mic is one of them,
Literally. Not being listened to and watched all the time.
Being able to eat food together, because obviously you have to be separate when you're having dinner and lunch.
The first date night at Sheesh was lush.
Yeah, just dates.
Just saying, because we never got a date in there once.
I know.
It was a shame.
We were waiting on a date for ages, and then they gave Harriet and Ronnie one after they'd just been arguing. I was like, what, guys? Like, yeah, we didn't get a date in there, but it's okay because we're making up for it on the outside.
How are you planning on making things work long distance? So the plan is to just not be long distance and just move here.
Yes.
So I think we've already spoke about it. We even spoke about it in the villa, didn't we?
Yeah. So I think then you were a bit more like, whoa.
But everything's down here, do you know what I mean? Obviously I love my home and stuff, but for work reasons and obviously I think I should be down here, so I think we'll be looking to do that probably pretty soon. Who do you want to win Love Island? I know who you want to win.
Who?
Shaun Matilda.
Yeah, I want Shaun and Matilda to win, but I also think that with everything that Mimi's been through, and just everything about her, she deserves to win she deserves to win on her own. So regardless of whoever she's coupled up with, Mimi, definitely, or Shaun and Matilda, because I absolutely love Shaun and Matilda. And I think, but Nicole and Kieran have also had like a really, really special experience with each other in there. So I think they also deserve to win.
Yeah, there's a few in there.
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.